What number is 25% of 40? So here we have what number, which is our x, is 25%. I'm going to write 25 over 100. Now again, 25 over 100 is also 0.25. So you can write it either way, although I usually use the fraction. And then of 40. So to solve, I get x equals 25 over 100 times 40. I'm going to write that as 40 over 1. So x equals 1,000 over 100. And here I've got a bunch of zeros, and if you remember from the beginning of the quarter, I said that if you've got zeros on the top and bottom, you can just cancel the zeros. And here I'm left with 1 0, so the answer is 10. So what number is 25% of 40? Well, 10 is 25% of 40. Here we have what percent of 28 is 7. Remember that the what goes with your variable, which is x, and then percent, so it's x over 100 of 28 is 7. Okay, so here, and again, the percent here means that you have some value over 100. In this case, we don't know what that value is, so we're using x. So the equation that we have is x over 100 times 28. Now, since it's times a fraction, I'm putting that 28 over 1 equals 7. Now, I multiply those and I get 28x over, oh, actually, I'm going to back up because I don't want to put the x in the numerator there. It makes it look more confusing. So I'm going to do 28 over 100x equals 7. And again, I do that so it's more clear that I've got multiplication here. And since I'm multiplying by a fraction, I have to take the reciprocal of that and multiply both sides. So I'm going to do this side by 100 over 28, and this side also by 100 over 28. So those go away, and I'm left with x equals, now I'm going to do 7 over 1, since I'm multiplying it by a fraction. So I get x equals 700 over 28. So x equals 25. So 25% of 28 is 7. 16 is 50% of what number? So here we have 16 is 50%, and again that percent symbol goes with 100, or the word percent goes with 100, and then of, and what number is x? So we have an equation we can write down. We've got 16 equals 50 over 100. I'm going to drop that multiplication symbol and just put the x, because having them next to each other also means multiplication. Now to cancel that fraction, I need to multiply both sides by the reciprocal, which is 100 over 50, 100 over 50. So that goes away and that goes away. And now I'm left with 1600 over 50. Again, as a reminder, you can put that over 1 if that helps you. And that equals x. Well, 1600 over 50 equals 32. So that equals x. So 16 is 50% of 32. 360 is 12% of what number? Here we need to just write out the translations of terms to numerical values. And here it's a percentage problem. So we're going to start with 360 is, now remember when you see this percentage sign, you can either write the value as 12 over 100 or 0.12. I will go ahead and do 12 over 100, but again, you can also write it as 0.12, 12, as that also equals 12 over 100. So either of those is fine. And then of, that's multiplication. What number is your unknown? So the equation that I'm going to use is 360 equals 12 over 100. Now remember that I dropped that dot for the multiplication and just put the variable right next to the fraction. Okay, now I've got a fraction multiplied by a variable, so to cancel that I need to take the reciprocal of that fraction, which is 100 over 12, and I multiply both sides by that. So that goes away and that goes away. Again, 1200 over 1200 is 1. That's what you need for canceling. Over here I get 36,000 over 12 equals x. Okay, to finish, I now divide. And when I divide, I get 3,000. So 360 is 12% of 3,000. So that is my final answer.